Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
New York is where I'd rather stay.
I get the magic smiling head. I just adore a
Penthouse view.
Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue. The chores.
The stores.
Fresh air.
Times Square.
You are my wife?
Goodbye,
By city life. Green Acres, we are there.
Welcome to Bennett C. Russell Stadium for an Irish Bill Sports broadcast of Navarre Raider football. Here's your host and the voice of Raider Nation, Irish Bill. And here come the Raiders.
Do not adjust your cameras. We are on the patio
We're on
at
the patio.
Culver's. We've always wanted to do this, Bob. Doing
Sure
it from
have.
the patio.
Yep.
And the fall weather is finally here. It's creeping into a little bit of cooler temperatures.
Yep.
This is Irish Bill's Twist on Sports' first outdoor broadcast of Irish Bill's Twist on Sports. We're here at Culver's in Navarre as the traffic's going by in back of us, and Aldi's off to our right. Panera Bread down the way. The weightlifting team's doing a fundraiser down there.
Yep.
Not telling you to go down there, but I'm telling you that they're doing a fundraiser starting at 8 o'clock.
It's over.
It's over?
Yeah.
It's done with. Sorry.
Sorry. So if you want to support the Navarre girls
weightlifting team.
Or the boys, or any Navarre sports program, drop a check with, care of Navarre High School lacrosse,
Whichever sport that
cross
you're.
country, swimming, whatever. Yep. Girls weightlifting.
It would be truly appreciated.
Yep, absolutely.
Do you want me to start off with the good stuff, Bob, tonight, or do you want me to delay the bad stuff a little while?
Oh, let's get it out of the way.
Let's get it out of the way.
Let's get it out of the way. Hey, life happens, man.
But before we break down the Navarre game, which there's not much to break down this past Friday night, I want to share a couple of things that I came across on Twitter. A couple of coaches, friends of mine, and I thought it was good to share some of this information. The first thing is good coaches play the players who help the team win. It's not about favorites. It's their job. You can't take it personal. Your job is to show up, work, compete, and be the best version of yourself every day. Life is full of competition, and it never goes away. Let it motivate you. And I think that's words to live by. Another one that I came across from a coaching friend of mine, well, not a friend of mine, but a coach on Twitter. If you're a high school athlete, this kind of puts everything in perspective. If you're a high school athlete who actually wants to play in college, doesn't matter what sport, here's how much time you really have. As a freshman, you have 1,350 days left. Sophomores, 1,000 days left. Juniors, you only have 600 days left to prepare for college as an athlete. Seniors, you got 250 days. That's it. Every day you skip lifts, every rep you coast through, every night you choose Xbox over sleep, you're burning days off that clock. No one is waiting for you. No one is giving you extra time. Build your floor, chase your ceiling. I thought that was
Absolutely.
That puts everything into perspective. And it kind of leads into where I'm going to go breaking down the game from last Friday night. Navarre came into that game as a big district game. Navarre could get back into the district race with a win over Crestview on Friday night. It was a very windy, blustering night in Crestview. Yeah. We were up in the stands on the visitor side. Thanks, Coach Grant, for allowing us to end up doing video for the game. And so we put on a good show. Winds about 25 miles an hour out of the east. So it was quite windy. And we even got to have a young man, Ethan, He wants to learn how to get into broadcasting, and he came on at halftime. They helped me set up and bring all my equipment up, so I got to show him the ropes a little bit. So hopefully that young man will think about everything that if that's what he wants to get into, and it sounds like he had a really good time Friday night.
Good.
But the Raiders fall 41-0. It's the first time in 21 games that they've been shut out by Crestview in the matchup.
Right.
The series is now 12 games to 9 in favor of Navarre. The scoring got underway at the 3:38 mark, a 19-yard pass from Zyteson. Very impressed with that young man quarterback for Crestview.
Yeah. Didn't throw very many.
He ran the offense to perfection. Very talented young man, only a junior. He found Manuel Robinson for the first score of the game. The kick was no good. It was 6-0 at the end of one. But the Bulldogs turned on the fire in the second quarter. 4 scores, not 4 scores 7 years ago. It was 4 scores. 11:29 mark, a 9-yard run by Jay McQueen. Two-point conversion was no good. 12-0 Crestview. 8:45, a 5-yard run by Tesson. The 2-point conversion was good. And that put the lead out to 20-0. At the 4:23 mark, a 13-yard run by Tesson, his second touchdown of the night. 2-point conversion, no good. Tesson would find Patrick Rogers with 6 seconds to go in the first half. So a 26-point second quarter and a 32-0 halftime lead for Crestview. And the end result was pretty much already in check.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to the replay of the game, and it sounds like the first quarter, Crestview made a few mistakes. Put the ball on the ground, lots of major penalties. I think I remember 2 scores being wiped out because of penalties. So they were not perfect in the first quarter.
In fact, they committed quite a few penalties on the night, so that's one thing that they have to clean up going forward.
The ones that were called.
Yes.
That pass interference play that extended, I think, in the second half, extended the drive. Was a tough one to swallow, I know.
And then we go off to the third quarter. Only a safety was recorded for the second straight game in the third quarter. That was the only point scored by either team, a safety in the last 2 games. This time, Roman Marshall was tackled in the end zone, stretched the lead out to 34, but so still not a running clock as the score was 34-0. Fourth quarter, though, at the 8:28 mark, Kashan Cobb breaks off a 52-yard run. He breaks a couple of tackles. Trey Hardman kicks the extra point, 41-0. Running clock ensued. This game kind of reminded me a little bit as far as the offensive numbers of the Catholic game to start the season last year, where the Raiders, but that Catholic team was a lot better than this Crestview team on this past Friday night.
So, I mean, from what you've gathered, what happened to Crestview in their first 2 or 3 games?
Well, they lost the overtime game to Milton,
right,
in week 1. So,
right.
and now we know what Milton is at 6-1.
Yeah.
Then they lost it. They came back down 28-7 at Niceville to win that game, 32-28. Niceville 4-4 on the season. No one saw that one coming. Niceville with a tough loss against Mosley last Thursday night,
right.
42-36, as Niceville's best wide receiver dropped 2 wide open balls in the end zone in regulation, and that game could have been a lot different. But these passing numbers, they're not much to talk. These numbers in general are not much to talk about, but we're got to go through them because that's what we do. We cover Navarre.
Right.
Roman Marshall, 3 of 8, 13 yards, interception. Allie Bryant, 1 of 3, 12 yards, interception. So the Raiders, 4 of 11, 25 yards. And you think that number is low. I'm not doing this to be negative at all. Just kind of putting things in perspective.
Just the facts, man.
Yeah.
Just the facts.
Brody Powers, 1 catch for 12 yards. Travis Lowe, 2 receptions, the first 2 receptions of the season. He played a good second half. 11 yards. Marquez White, 1 for 2 yards. The running game, we thought that it had been tough all year long. It got tougher. They could not get anything going. 12 carries minus 14 yards. Curtis Sanders was your leading ground carrier, 4 carries, 6 yards. Ben Eberhardt, 2 carries, 5 yards. Hoyt Gurney, 2 carries, no yards. Marquez White, 1 carry, minus 3 yards. And Roman Marshall, 3 carries, minus 22 yards. One bright spot for the Raiders, and that's why he was our player. He was our special teams player of the game. Jacob Bishop, 4 punts, 2 of them inside the 20. Those both with the wind, and his last one was 62 yards. So they were on their own 20, and he kicked it down to the 18 of Crestview where they fielded the ball. So that was the one bright spot. On defense, Jacob also led the team in tackles with 14. Jaden Jones with 10, Bryce Wheeler with 9, Landon Johns with 9, Zeke Burgess with 9, Braden Thiessen, 8 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and quarterback hurry, so he was our defensive player of the game this past week. Chase Moses with 7, Matthew Lee with 6, Curtis Sanders with 5, Isaiah Casena, Luke Eberhardt with 4 each, 2 for Jason Lute, 1 each for Paul Wilden, Brody Delgatti Bird, and Aaron Manuel, and a lone interception went to Luke Eberhardt, his first on the season and the 11th for the Raider defense. But now we switch our view. It is Public Speech Bowl Cup week, Bob.
Yes, against Gulf Breeze, who's also had a similar tough.
Both teams 0-7. That's the first time going into this matchup where both teams did not have a win.
Yeah, I mean, this season, the Crestview game to me, and I wasn't there, but certainly listening and watching, you know, it's really an epitome of our season. You know, just a combination. What was that stat you said? 18-4 of the records. Everybody except Crestview and Escambia. So
going into the Escambia game, it was 26-4. The teams that we had played.
26-4,
and that's gotten better because, I mean, Milton's 6-1.
right?
Mosley's 6-1, so there's 12-2. Choctaw's 8-0. So there's 20-2. And trying to think of Catholic is 7-1. Mm-hmm. So there's 27-3. So 27-3 against 4 of the teams, and then you throw Escambia in there as well. I think they're 4-3. They're 2-3 now, or 3-3 now because they've won back-to-back games.
Right.
And then Crestview is now 3-3. So teams on our schedule, no losing records.
33-10.
Yeah. So that's pretty solid. A tough schedule. I was talking with Andy Villamarzo on the way here. We were chatting back and forth, and he said, "Bill, it has to be a pretty tough season." I said, "It is, but you know what? They're still our team, and we got to keep everything as positive as possible because we got to a game to do every Friday night. We got shows to do Tuesday and Wednesday night, and the last people want to do is get on to and watch a program where it's negative, and you know me, you, Bob, Marty,
Paul,
and Paul. We're all positive people.
Yeah,
and we're gonna keep it positive. So,
Gulf Breeze heading into the game without a win, and so for the last 2 seasons, that's one win.
I think they had 1 or 2 wins last year.
Yeah.
I think they had. And
so they've had their ups and downs.
New coach, 4 coaches in 4 years. That's the hard part right there, Bob, for Gulf Breeze.
Oh, absolutely. And kids transferring, right?
Kids transferring out. We got one of them. I mean, Zeke Burgess played his freshman year at Gulf Breeze and then transferred to Navarre last year.
How many seniors are going to walk Friday night with their
good
parents?
Question. Let me look that up for you real quick.
I
think it's going to be in the
20s. Roman and Ali. Just, you know, you hate to see the kids leave because of all of what they have contributed to Navarre football and Navarre high school in general.
Only 18 seniors, a lot. Very young team.
Well, that's what I was getting at about the combination of playing great teams, being young, losing 3 just outstanding linebackers. I mean,
Vinny Villanova,
yeah,
Andre Spence.
right.
And then
Wilson.
our running back that we were looking at coming back this year, and Keegan Gilbert, who moved, the family moved back to Texas, and he's not even playing running back anymore. He's playing linebacker in Texas. He's doing great out there. They still follow. They were so impressed with the Navarre program and the way that they were treated during their year here that they still follow Navarre football. They tune into the games on Friday nights and when they can, when they're not watching Keegan, and it's. Awesome family.
Did I understand Keegan got hurt?
I have not heard.
No, I thought you had said he was banged up. And I also, different subject. Well, same subject of being hurt. White, our wide receiver, Marquez, was he banged up?
Well, I think everybody was a little banged up, mainly their pride on Friday night, but I think he's good to go because we need that young man out there on the field. Yeah. And what a talent he is, and the leading wide receiver for Navarre this year. First time that he's ever played a wide receiver. I mean, and looking at his numbers for the season, he's got 33 catches for 499 yards. He's had a couple of 100-yard games. He had a big one in the opening game against Catholic. And Brody Powers right up there with them. Those two your main weapons. And then Curtis Sanders, 226 yards on the ground. The Raiders with 10 TD passes, 10 interceptions, though, to go with those. And it's just the Raiders have been outscored 272 to 115 on the season.
Ouch.
And defensively, Bryce Wheeler, I mean, what a season he's having. 73 tackles on the season. 5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, 8 quarterback hurries. He's tied with Matthew Lee. Lee having a great season as well.
Quiet
professional.
Effective. Yeah.
Jaden Jones, double-digit tackles pretty much every game. He's got 71 tackles on the season. But the surprise to me on defense, it's probably not a surprise to a lot of people, but Jacob Bishop, not only this is Irish Bill's opinion, he is a D1 punter. He is a FBS punter. Mm-hmm. The hang time that he gets on the ball is ridiculous. He's got the size too. He's about 6'2", 6'3", somewhere around there. But defensively, he's got 66 tackles as well as being the Navarre's punter. 50 tackles for Zeke Burgess, quietly having a good season. Leads the area in interceptions with 4. Chase Moses missed the first game, 51 tackles. Brady Thiessen has really stepped up in that linebacker role that was the departed Andre Spence and Vinny Villanova and Joshua Wilson. And the sophomore Isaiah Casena has started on the defensive line pretty much all year, and he's having a respectable year as well. But over the last few games, Landon Johns, not only on special teams but on defense, he seems to be in the right spot all the time.
Yeah, he sure has. Listening to the second half, driving back, and it just seems like his confidence is really, really gone up. And if anything, with these young players, and Marty's pointed this out numerous times, sometimes they'll over-pursue because they're so eager to get to the ball. They'll take the wrong angles. We had, from your description and the view of the game, a lot of chances. I like our chances. We had a lot of chances in the backfield to make tackles and just didn't make it. And
maybe a little bit over pursuit, but then that's a talented, very athletic quarterback that probably made a lot of those things happen.
True that.
Very impressed with that young man, Ty Tesson, I should say. But
what class is he?
He's only a junior, so we're going to see him next year. Because I think Navarre will remain in Class 6A next year. I don't know when that classification is going to change or when it's subject to change with the Southside.
Every 2 years. Oh, well, good point.
with Soundside coming in
Yeah.
next year. They will not have varsity team Soundside, but I'm sure with the sounds like they're going to have a freshman and sophomore class, so they should be able to field a junior varsity team next year. So that should be
I've not heard anything. Have you?
I have not.
Officially?
So I'm only speculating.
Mrs. Want to say congratulations to Mrs. Schmidt.
I do not know Mrs. Smith,
I
so
don't
but I am
either.
going to get to know her.
She's the an assistant principal there, and certainly has not that she needed it. The blessings of current principal Casey Winfelder, and I like Superintendent Barber's angle on naming folks early, so
They can prepare, especially with Casey going to a great opportunity to Soundside. She's got to start things up from scratch.
literally, and some people will want to stay at Navarre. Some people want to go follow Casey. I'm just glad I'm not in that position to make those decisions.
And I don't know where the zoning. I think is it going to be Edgewood. I'm not sure where the
I've
zoning.
heard Edgewood, but nothing official.
I mean, because that's just down the road.
And
from,
then
just down the road from me.
Will they? Well, I mean, it's got to happen before the
And
end
it's
of
going to
school.
stretch out probably as far as down as just shy of Tiger Point.
Yeah, and then how will you? I mean, will you let seniors finish?
Yeah,
Common sense says you would.
Well, from what I hear, they're only bringing in the freshman and sophomore class to start.
Huh.
So the current sophomores and juniors will be at Navarre next year.
Okay.
So that's what I'm hearing. I may be wrong. I
You
may
may
be
be
crazy,
crazy,
but it's
But
just.
you may be a lunatic you're looking for.
Oh, speaking
Billy Joel.
of crazy, it's crazy that we don't run out to commercial break and let you know who our sponsors are. So we'll be right back.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track. Well, they're seeing to it that they are properly fed, have good transportation, are making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
To everyone who loves Culver's, the feeling is mutual. I'm Nicole from Culver's of Cross Plains, Wisconsin. And when I'm serving you a Butterburger, I'm just as happy as you are. I almost get giddy when I hear the sizzle of our fresh beef on the grill. Seeing that smile that comes from a meal made just right, some call it magic, but I like to call it love at first bite. Stop in for a cook-to-order Butterburger and let us make Culver's your happy place.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Sometimes all you need to change your life is a sign.
Like an actual sign that's like above you. And no, I don't love B-dubs just because I'm a buffalo with wings. Frankly, that's offensive and reductionist. It's like they made beer into a place and gave that place sports and chicken wings. And the people, the best.
Marty! You're dead weight!
Yeah, this place is kind of like heaven. You know, without needing to get hit by a bus.
Let's go sports bar!
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. A buying, building, or refinancing a dream home is in your future. You need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes, Stacy Wright, and Sheila Billingham are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or refinancing experiences smooth. See University Lending at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call us at 850-396-0322. The Hustle isn't named after anyone, not after a designer, definitely not after a mythological god. It's not about stripes or ranking or status. The Hustle is real. The Hustle is about you. So keep in mind when you're repping and rocking Hustle Hard USA streetwear, you can tell all the onlookers that this mark, this brand represents your hustle, your grind. You put in that time, that sweat, that pain. Now it's up to you to show them all what you got. Win or lose, the hustle is real. Go to www.hustlehardusa.com, and I can guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. Navarre Fitness is where old school meets new. Whether you're into free weights or the latest and greatest weightlifting equipment, they will meet your needs. They have cardio machines as well if you want to get your sweat on. Whatever direction you decide to go, trainers Clay Horton, Brick Grubbs, Andrew Coase, and Stephanie Hunt will be there to assist you along the way. So what are you waiting for? Oh yeah, how do I join? Just go to navarrefitness.net and check out our rates or call us at 850-816-5434. You can even stop by our location at 8700B Navarre Parkway in Navarre. You can also visit our sister gym, Midway Fitness, at 5660 Gulf Breeze Parkway, Unit 1. Both facilities are open 24/7. We are the place to go to get you started on the road to a better you.
Welcome back to Irish Bill's Twist on Sports, our first Irish Bill Twist on Sports outside on the patio at Culver's. And you know what? It doesn't matter if I'm inside or if I'm outside. Bob just takes off and doesn't ever let me know where he goes. But I haven't seen him since we went on a 5-minute break.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Coach O.
How's it going, man?
It's going great.
Better than in Happy Valley?
It's not so Happy Valley right now, Bob.
Yeah.
I mean, Coach O.
Yeah.
You guys look a lot alike. You know that? No, you don't.
I resemble that remark. Yeah. Oh hell yeah. UAB and Oregon State and
Tennessee Titans.
Oh my, yeah.
Throw that one in there as well. And you got a big game this weekend, don't you, Coach?
Yeah, we're on the road, I think.
You are going on the road to you're at Vandy this week. That's going to be a tough game, Vandy.
Yeah.
In the past, that had been a rollover.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of nice-looking co-eds at Nashville. You know that, right?
Yeah. It is basically the country capital of the world, is it not?
Oh, yeah.
Grand Ole Opry and everything. You ever been to the Grand Ole Opry?
I have, man. One time I actually dated Minnie Pearl.
I thought she's much older than you, Coach.
Yeah, every time I saw her, she kept saying, "Howdy," like that, man. I didn't. Oh, yeah, that date was short, but that's okay.
Did she drink Red Bull too?
No, she drank.
She probably drank her own moonshine, didn't she?
Yeah, it was something in a jug. That's for dang sure, man. I could drink it or put it in my car, one or the other.
But so, what you been up to? We missed you the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, I've been busy. I was up at the Ryder Cup, and it wasn't so good for the U.S.
No, it wasn't. And in fact, after Friday, I saw the writing on the wall on that one, and I didn't even watch it the rest of the weekend because, you know what? College football was here and pro football on Sunday, so I had other things to take away my time.
Well, we had football. We had 2 games last night in football. We had 3 games tonight. And
hey, have you met Coach Marty yet? You haven't had a chance to meet Coach Marty yet. But he's a Falcons fan.
Yeah,
and
they played good last night.
And Coach, you know that I'm a Bears fan, right? Unfortunately, some people say unfortunately you're a Bears fan.
Yeah.
But we both won last night on the same day. You know how often that happens?
Never.
Where the Falcons and Bears win them both on the same day? Never. You're right.
Never.
But speaking of never,
no, I'm not going to.
Little game James is off to Never Land.
Yeah, I hate it for him. I called him right
What did you call him?
Yeah.
Can't repeat it?
No, I can't.
It was civil?
Yeah, we're on first name. I call him Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Jimmy crack corn, and he don't care.
Well, 110,000 white shirted Penn State Nittany Lions
But
don't care anymore either.
Well, you know one thing, his buyout, man.
$56 million.
Woo!
Right up there with Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, man. He could buy a lot of Red Bull with that. But hey, listen.
That ain't no bull.
That's true. So I'm gonna head up to Vandy.
So you're gonna catch the game?
I am.
You're gonna behave while you're up there, Coach?
No.
I figured as much.
That wasn't a good. That wasn't a logical question.
You're right. Sometimes I'll do that once in a while, Coach.
I'm going to go bang on the door and see if Bob's still in the commode.
Now, when you go into the restroom, last time you about scared the living crap out of him.
Well,
figuratively.
That's funny, man. I forgot to laugh. You know what? But, I got to make sure I check those doors because one time I went in the wrong bathroom.
No, that's not good.
No, yeah. The police.
And you end up married again?
Yeah, that's pretty funny, Bill. For a man that's been married for more than half his life.
Well, yeah, you're right. I am married half my life, 35 years to the lovely Brenda Kay, the producer.
A second of it.
You would love Miss Brenda Kay.
She as good looking as Miss Kirsten.
Just as.
Well, look, I got to run. I got to get some Red Bull.
Yeah, go see if you can go find Bob.
Yeah,
I get so tired of him. He takes 2 weeks off. He says he's got a football game to do, public address. I don't know how accurate that is. But then when he comes back, he just takes off and never says anything.
Well, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say, go Tigers.
Couscous?
Couscous.
Well, it's always a pleasure, Coach, to have you on the drop-in here at Culver's in Navarre. So hopefully Bob's he's gonna venture back in. We're like getting like 2.5 weeks from Halloween, and hopefully he's not in stealing kids' candies.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, where'd you go?
They ran out of toilet paper.
We got a little bug here trying to come on the screen with us here.
They ran out of toilet paper.
Did they?
Yep.
Did you see Coach O?
I did.
He didn't bother you. He wasn't stalling tonight, was he?
He was headed into the women's bathroom.
I don't know, between the two of you. You guys, hopefully we'll be able to keep this show on the air. But
yeah, what did Coach O have to say?
He talked about the Vandy game coming up this weekend. That it's up in Nashville, and he said
couldn't pull the trigger on that.
He said there's a lot of nice-looking women up in Nashville. So, but he's a happily married man now, I believe. I think so.
Which time?
I don't know. Do I need two hands to? I don't know. But anyways, he's
not like Tom Brady and have all the rings.
No, bling bling.
Bling bling.
But yeah, he's a great guy. He's a great interview.
He is.
But we got Scott Wheeler checking in tonight. Says it's easy to support a team when they're winning. You are so right, Scott. Scott is the father of Bryce Wheeler.
Yep.
This is when our team needs the support of our community, and you are 100% right, Scott. And we're going to do our best to keep on supporting the Raiders, win, lose, or draw. Well, there's no more draws in football anymore. There's no more ties. So it's just win or lose. And some days you win, some days you learn. You know the old saying, how it goes.
Soccer.
Yeah, with
Except
soccer,
in the
but
playoffs.
this is football. This is American football.
American football.
Yeah. I guess the NFL there is still ties. Packers and
ask Dallas
Cowboys.
and Green Bay.
I'm still surprised that you tied Dallas because the Bears put a hurting on Dallas.
Dak Prescott's playing pretty well this season, better than last year.
He is, but they have no defense.
Well, I didn't say that, but
and I'm not going to be in defense of Jerry Jones either.
Ooh.
But
so,
anyways,
can we ask Scott if Bryce has had any offers?
he is a junior, so he can start getting offers. We got a young man Zeke Burgess got 2 offers last week, and you know what? I had a chance to talk with South Florida coach Keon. He played at Florida State. Keon Helton this afternoon.
Yeah.
Marty and Marty's good friends with Marty, and so we got on a phone call this afternoon. So I got a chance to talk with Keon Helton out of South Florida. They have a current 850 players down there right now with Christian Neptune out of Tate, and Connor Matthews that played here at Navarre, and also over at Niceville. They're expecting big things out of them, and I'm sure they'll be looking at some more players out of this area in the future with Keon being from Pensacola, and he played at West Florida. So it was nice to talk with that young man, and they're having a great year down in South Florida, back ranked. I mean,
they are.
There are only 2 teams in the state of Florida that are ranked. One's Miami and one's South Florida.
Is he a position coach?
He was defensive back.
Okay.
Defensive back coach, and he played at West Florida Tech here with his brother, and they had some good teams when Keon was there. And he went on and had a nice career at Florida State. But now his coach working his way up through the system, and he loves what they're doing at South Florida right now.
There ain't no bull.
I knew you were going there. But you know what time it is, Bob?
What time is it, Bill?
It's time for Irish Bill's Panhandle Power Rankings, Week 8. Large schools, not much change here. Choctaw, Pace, Mosley, Bay, Milton, Tate, and Niceville. And the small schools, Catholic, Baker, Bluntstown, South Walton, Chipley, West Florida, and Freeport. As South Walton, they got a big game coming up next week against Catholic. Our offensive player of the week, we're going to head over to Escambia. He's been playing really well the last couple of weeks. Quarterback Billy Dunn, 20 of 25, 244 yards, 5 touchdowns, 11 carries for 93 yards. So a 337-yard performance for Billy Dunn, our offensive player of the week. On defense, we're heading over to the Funiac Springs for the Walton Braves. Camden Zadro, 19 tackles, 13 solos, 6 assists, and the 24-7 loss to Catholic. And a special teams player from Pace, we say his name a lot, Caleb Nelson, 3 of 3 extra points, 3 of 3 field goals last week in their 30-8 to win, a big district win over Tate. Those are our players of the week from this past week, Week 8.
Yeah, as an offer from Swanee and lots of other interests. Well, God bless
I'm
him.
sure there are going to be a lot more to come.
So, according to my sheet,
because we know sheet happens, right?
Sheet happens. It looks like South Walton is at home against Wakulla.
They are this week, but next week in
2 weeks,
they're going to be playing Catholic
because that's maybe their last district.
But before we get on to those games this week, let's tell you the final scores from the games last week. Thursday night, Bozeman 22, Destin 15, Milton 42, Gulf Breeze nothing. Overtime game, Mosley 42, Niceville 36. The third loss at home for Niceville at home this year. That's unheard of.
No.
Pace 30, Tate 8. Fort Walton Beach gets their second win, 14-12 over Arnold. Choctaw over Rickards, another shutout, the 4th of the year for Choctaw, 31-0. Bay comes from behind on West Florida, 38-37, an overtime win. Scambia 46, Pensacola 6. Pine Forest 32, Booker T. Washington 9. Catholic 24, Walton 7. South Walton 50, Freeport 9. What a whooping there for South Walton. Lincoln 42, Childs 28, Wakulla 38, Godby 21, Leon 35, Mariana 6, Gadsden County 20, Florida High 19. That was a surprise to me. Bluntstown 74, Dixie County nothing. 54 points in the first quarter.
Oh my God.
68-0 at halftime.
Oh.
How can you score 8 touchdowns in a quarter? You almost have to take off your shoes and keep counting. Osceola Christian 49, Graceville nothing. Baker 49, Zion Chapel 6. So Baker, they're now down to 3 unbeaten teams in here in the Panhandle and Big Bend region. Jay 28, Northview 20, Chipley 29, Port St. Joe 14, Liberty County 38, Cottondale 14. The Coach Tranquil is doing a great job over there at Liberty County.
Yep.
His alma mater, 38-14 over Cottondale. North Florida Christian over FAMU, 49-12. Franklin County having a good season. They're 6-1 on the year, 51-20 over Weewaw. Holmes County over Vernon, the overmatched Vernon team, 68-20. They'll be facing off with Central this week, and in a matchup of winless teams there. Mm-hmm. Sneed's 39, Jefferson County 6, Rains 27, Madison County 14, Rutherford 49, North Bay Haven 14, Chiefland 30 gives Taylor County their first loss at 15.
That was a surprise.
And another surprise, McClay takes out a very talented Chambers Academy team out of Alabama, 38-28.
Yeah, Chambers may have been undefeated.
I think they have one loss going into the season, and it was against a really good team in the state of Alabama. Mm-hmm. So we told you the offensive and defensive and special teams players of the week on our current power rankings. Thursday mornings I post the rest of the performances by players from the Panhandle on over to Gadsden County, just shy of Leon County, and so you'll get all those stats. A great performance. It's taken up almost 2 pages of performances. You always say how you get on the list, Bill. Well, you got to have at least 150 combined total yards as a quarterback, whether it be rushing, passing, wide receivers 100 yards, running backs at least 100 yards. And I want to talk about one athlete that's really stepped it up for his team, Ethan Crandall. Ever since Caleb Willoughby went down 3 weeks ago, Crandall has 3 straight games over 200 yards.
Where?
At Catholic.
Ah.
He transferred from Gulf Breeze last year.
Okay.
Going into this year, 35 carries, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns this past week. And another guy that's getting his team's not performing well, but he is Junior Harris out of Destin. He had 29 carries, 223 yards last week. And that's just then special teams. I mean, guys, every week, it's just the talent. It builds and builds every week and every year in the Panhandle and Big Bend regions.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember even in the Danny Werfel era, college coaches just seem we're not doing much scouting down here.
No, but we're trying to get that to change now.
Oh, absolutely. I think it has changed. I think the talent that Niceville High School, and hats off to them, have had over the years has, brought some. Mickey Andrews, defense coordinator for Florida State, under the Bobby Bowden for all those years. He was Northwest Florida was part of his scout area, and
he's got a lot of talented players.
Yeah,
here.
I think he was the one that actually got EG to come over to Florida State. Perhaps
was he coaching over there when Derek Brooks played at Florida State?
Yes.
So. And he got him out of Pensacola, Washington. So
that's when it. I mean, to me, that's when it. That's
Graham
when it kind of
Gano
started. Yeah.
He kicked
all
up Florida
the players
State.
From Milton.
He's from Tate. He went to Tate High School.
Right.
But the 3 undefeated teams left in the area. Choctaw 8-0.
Mm-hmm.
Baker's 8-0. Coach Burns, and what a job he's doing over there at Baker. And Bluntstown 7-0. Coach Wagner in his second year. I believe he's in his second year over there at Bluntstown. Our good friend Bo Johnson used to be the head coach over there.
Yeah.
At Bluntstown. I think he's a defensive line coach or offensive line coach up at Coffee High School in Douglas, Georgia now, and he's sitting at his 3rd year up there.
Getting a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Nice. Great football in the state of Georgia. And a great guy. And he's lost a lot of weight, too.
Good for him.
Yeah, most definitely. And lovely bride Garrett, and they have their son that is starting to grow, his stepson, and doing that. They love it up there in Georgia. Here's the games this week. You got something going?
Well, you guys,
move on?
didn't you guys interview him on Championship Day?
We did. We had him on our Saturday morning show when
Yeah.
I was on the Southern Gentleman Sports Show.
Crazy.
And, he would come on. That year they were playing, I think they were playing Madison County.
Like in 3 hours.
in like 3 hours. And, and Madison County did a dance on them that night. But I think the score was 70-35.
Ooh.
And but they still put up 35 points on a very talented Madison County team. But
Bob, what coach would do that?
No, none that I know of.
Yeah.
Championship day, your focus is on your team, but he was that type of person, and he came on our show about every other week.
Probably brought him some relief.
Probably did to take his mind off of the game, and going up against Madison County.
Ooh. But
speaking of our games this week, Bozeman at Rutherford. Rutherford's playing better. Bozeman got a win last week.
Mm-hmm.
That's our only Thursday night game. Friday night, Gulf Breeze at Navarre in the Public Beach Bowl Cup. It's the 18th matchup in the Beach Bowl Cup. The Navarre with a 15-2 overall lead. And got Jack Bridges checking in. Debbie Broxton. Hey, Debbie.
Who's behind me?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Nobody.
Ghost.
The roads are clear. We are outside on the patio here at Culver's of Navarre.
Well, come by and honk.
Doing our first show. And, in fact, if you stop by and you haven't eaten dinner yet, I will buy the first person that stops by. I'll buy your dinner. That offer's been on for like 3 years now, and only I think one person's ticking me up on it. Gulf Breeze at Navarre, West Florida at Milton, Pace at Pine Forest, Pensacola at St. Michael's. You say St. Michael's, Alabama. You know who the head coach is at St. Michael's, right? Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
His son Gunner is, I think, a junior quarterback over there, and they are that young man's going to be talented. He's going to be playing college football, high college football one of these days. And that game is over in Alabama. Escambia at Crestview. That should be a good matchup. Both teams playing well right now.
Yep.
Tate at Washington. That is a long, storied battle between those teams, rivalry. Mosley at Arnold, so they'll head over to the beach. Mosley head to the beach this week. Walton at Bay. Wakulla at South Walton. That's a big game coming up. Lincoln at Trinity Christian Academy. Leon at Bradford. Florida High at Madison County. That should be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
McClay at North Florida Christian. Holmes County at Mariana. Sewanee at Taylor County. Destin at Chipley. Zarephath, is that Path? Zarephath. Zarephath
Mm-hmm.
Academy
Path,
is at Gadsden County. Lighthouse PCA is at Sneeds. Bluntstown at Northview. Thank you. Freeport at Baker. South Choctaw Academy, Alabama at Jay. Graceville at Rocky Bayou. Central at Vernon in a battle of winless teams.
Winless teams.
Cottondale at North Bay Haven, Franklin County at Osceola Christian, and FAMU at Weewa, and Liberty County heading over to Monticello to take on Jefferson County.
Ooh, Osceola Christian and Franklin County.
That should be a good game. Franklin County having a good year. Coach
could be a lot of points.
Coach John Cooper over there, and now it's not the John Cooper that coached at Ohio State.
Not the sweater vest.
No. But so those are matchups for the high school picks. Got to let you know, Paul won the picks last week.
Oh, my gosh.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We are not worthy, Paul. And so what we have created now, a couple weeks ago, since Paul has been bringing up the rear, and we know all when it comes to trains and tracks and everything.
Caboose.
The caboose is okay. is the last piece on the train.
Yeah.
So
last car.
So we've now got a picture of a caboose, and every week the person that finishes last, we change the name to their caboose. So Paul no longer has a caboose. The caboose is actually in my backyard now.
Oh.
As I had a bad week last week. Paul went 25-5.
Wow.
Bob, second place, 24-6, very solid. In fact, you're working your way up. You're a couple of games behind Joe, and 10 games behind me, so you're getting closer. Joe 23-7, Marty 23-7. I went 21-9.
Still, I mean,
Still respectable. I mean, it's 68%.
Yeah.
69%, somewhere around there. On the year, I got
67.
I got a 1 percentage point lead over Marty. Marty is a couple percentage points over you and Joe. Then Paul, he's about 8 percentage points back, but still we're all over 70%. That's pretty solid.
Oh, solid.
I mean, 226 games and still over 70%. That is pretty darn good for high school picks.
And if you follow us and take our advice,
don't bet.
True.
Off of our picks. Because I cannot pick against the spreads. I cannot. I've been playing every Saturday morning on Southern Gentleman Sports Show. They do a weekly, and they do against the spreads. Mm-hmm. And I think my best week is 5-5. But it's been like 2 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins. I just cannot pick against the spread. I have never been very good, and I don't have pizza money to spend on betting, so I don't bet.
Well, if you bet on, let's see, Choctaw, Bluntstown,
and Baker,
yeah,
probably got a pretty good chance of winning those games, but not against the spread. I don't know what the spreads would be for those high school games.
I don't think.
Maybe my good friend Joshua Wilson at FloridaHighSchoolSports.com might be able to tell us, but I don't have a clue. But college picks last week.
All right.
See this guy sitting to my right? He is the leader after last week. For last week's picks, 26-7. I was a game back.
With Florida State losing.
Marty and I were a game back at 25-8. Paul 24-9. Actually, Paul 22-11. Joe 24-9. So, but we don't do the caboose for the college picks. But this week's games, Thursday night game. We actually got a game going on tonight. South Alabama is actually playing. 3 games tonight?
Yes, sir.
See if you can get me some scores for tonight.
All right.
Tulsa at East Carolina Thursday night. Friday night games, Louisville at Miami. That should be a good game. Nebraska at Minnesota. Nebraska playing really well right now. You got some score updates? Or is it still
21-14, 38-17, and 25. Oh, you want to know who the teams are?
Yeah, I want to know who the teams are and the scores of their games. That's not numbers.
My best friend, Rick Hord, when he was on WCOA, used to do that on the morning drive. Winners last night in baseball, 4-2, 3-0, and 1-0. Winners next hour.
That's funny.
Rick.
Friday night games, Nebraska at Minnesota, North Carolina at California. The year gets longer and longer for Coach Bill Belichick. Saturday, Washington at Michigan, UConn at Boston College, Georgia Tech at Duke. The battle, that's the brain ball right there.
Yes, sir.
Baylor at TCU, Army at Tulane, LSU at Vandy, Oklahoma at South Kakalaka, Purdue at Northwestern. What a win for Northwestern last week over Penn State. I don't know how big a win that is, but it was big enough to get Little Game James removed.
$49 million.
Wow. Fire me and give me $49 million.
Jeez, I'll take it.
Michigan State at Indiana. There's a big win last week for the Hoosiers. Or Pat McAfee would say, Hoosiers. He was the only one on the panel that took the Hoosiers because his wife is from Indiana, and he was not going to go against his wife. So he went with the Hoosiers, and what a defensive performance by the Hoosiers last Saturday afternoon in Eugene, Oregon. Wow.
I can't find the what
well,
FBS. I don't know.
Well,
there it is. New Mexico leading Liberty 27-20.
Give me Liberty or give me death.
South Alabama Arkansas State 4th and goal. South Alabama 3:40 remaining in the third quarter, leading Arkansas State 7-3. Halftime, FIU leading Western Kentucky. Yep.
Western Kentucky 19-6. Mm-hmm. Florida International is for those that don't know who FIU is. Mm-hmm. They're down, I believe, in South Florida.
Miami area. Tomorrow, Delaware and Jacksonville State. UTEP 1-5 against Sam Houston. 0-6. Ouch.
Not a good start in FBS for Sam Houston.
Tulsa plays East Carolina Thursday.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to our games we've already said that have been playing this weekend.
Okay.
Texas A&M at Arkansas. A&M having a good year. They destroyed Florida last week.
Yeah, they did.
SMU at Clemson, the battle of the ACC championship game, a rematch from last year. Ole Miss at Georgia. That's going to be a good game. Ohio State at Wisconsin, that will not be a good game. I suggest not letting your children watch that game on Saturday either.
Spread's 26.5, Bill.
I think that's being kind. UNLV at Boise State, that will be a great matchup. UNLV had a dogfight last week with Air Force as they missed a field goal at the end of the game, 51-48. Texas Tech, unbeaten on the season, going to Arizona State. Memphis, unbeaten, going to UAB with, I don't know who's going to be coaching UAB on Saturday.
Not Trent Dilfer.
Mississippi State at Florida. Washington State at Virginia. The Cougs invaded Oxford last weekend.
Yep.
Now they get to go up to Charlottesville. There you go. I never was very good at geography or places on the map and stuff like that.
Ole Miss was favored by 32 in that game against Washington State, and they only won by 3. Virginia's a 16.5-point favorite. But the Cougs traveled well, man.
They do. Can't go wrong with Cougs.
No.
West Florida, the biggest game of the year in the Gulf South Conference. West Florida traveling over to Livingston, Alabama to face off with West Alabama. Both teams unbeaten on the year. 5-0. West Alabama hosting 6-0 West Florida. And the latest polls came out today, and West Florida is number 3 in the country, and they deserve it. After a 40-10 win last week over Chowan at home.
You think these teams could face one another again?
Both of them, because I think they have an automatic bid this year for the first time. The Gulf South Conference gets an automatic bid. Maryland at UCLA. UCLA, what happened to them? 2 weeks ago, they were 0-4.
Flip a switch.
Then they welcomed Penn State. I guess to get right on your year, you have to play Penn State. Northwestern does it last week.
You are so cruel.
Aren't I?
Yeah, man.
Well, you know I'm not a big Penn State fan.
Don't be cruel.
Texas at Kentucky. Penn State at Iowa. Could it be 4 losses in a row for Penn State?
I think so.
Iowa's a very, very tough place. They almost got Indiana a couple of weeks ago.
And Penn State has.
Penn State.
Who else left on their schedule?
Indiana's coming to Penn State in a few weeks. Could you look at a 4 or 5 losses a year for Penn State now, especially now with their interim head coach? I'm not sure who their interim head coach is right now. But wow.
Yeah.
That's Katie bar to the door. That's not a very stable place right now.
So when the fans turn and wave, and Iowa, one of the greatest traditions in college football,
love that.
They turn and wave to the Children's Hospital. Are they waving at the Children's Hospital, or they're waving goodbye to James Franklin?
I don't even think he'll be anywhere near the stadium there.
Yeah.
And speaking of coaches, how long is Kirk Ferentz going to be at Iowa? What has it been, like 50 years? I know it's like 27, 28 years.
He took over from Hayden Fry.
Yeah, Hayden Fry. He was there a long time.
How many coaches?
It's sort of like Pittsburgh Steelers coaching staff.
Yeah.
And they're the same colors.
Yes.
There's been 3 coaches for the Steelers in the last 50 years.
Yeah, and Chuck Noll and
now there's been 2 coaches at Iowa for the last 50 years.
Could be.
Hayden Fry and Kirk Ferentz. Wow, it just must be something about wearing the black and yellow.
And scoring.
Well, not scoring, because Iowa, remember their offense a couple of years ago was, they won a couple of games like 10-7, 7-3. They didn't have much offense. Florida Atlantic at South Florida, USC rivalry game at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
We're going to see a local boy in that game. One of the running backs for USC is one Wayman Jordan out of Catholic.
That's right.
He went to JUCO route and ended up at USC.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to South Bend this weekend. Tennessee at Alabama, always a great matchup here. I'll be rooting for Tennessee, Debbie. I will be rooting for the Vols, but I can't give you my pick because it's not Wednesday night. So
Alabama favored by 7.5.
Stay tuned.
Yes.
Missouri at Auburn, a tough loss last week to Bama for Missouri. Utah at BYU in the battle of the
Mormons.
Latter-day
Saints.
And Latter-day Saints, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be great. BYU having a good year so far. And Florida State heading out to the West Coast to take on Stanford.
Spread's
So
18.5. That's a late game, baby.
So can a Seminole climb a tree?
I don't know, man. We're about to find out.
Wow. Stanford's program also has a local boy on Stanford team. The running back for Stanford is Cole Tabb out of Choctaw.
Yep. He'll probably
you got
run
quite a few guys on
300
Florida
yards
State.
against Florida State.
So those are our college matchups. And on the season, Bob, you're only 3 games behind me now. I got 81%. Bob's at 79. Joe's at 78. You jumped over Joe last week with the beautiful 26-7 record last week. Marty in at 4th at 77%, and Paul at 75. And so we're halfway through the season, and we're all over 75% picking games. That's it doesn't get much better than that.
Hey, man, bet on our picks, and on Monday morning, you could wake up independently wealthy.
Yes,
but don't bet on us.
So you're saying, well, where are you guys at tonight? Well, if you've been around the show, you know where we're at.
We're on the patio of the Santa Rosa County Jail.
No, we're actually on the southern end of the county.
Yeah.
And if it was daylight, you could see the sound behind us.
Mm-hmm.
And all you hear now is the sound of traffic going on behind us because we are on the patio here at Culver's in Navarre. This is our ninth year at Culver's, Bob.
Oh, just great. Just Honey and her husband, just what tremendous supporters of not only Irish Bill sports, but Navarre football.
A lot of fundraisers for the Navarre High School sports programs.
And scouts and just everything. So, Holly Navarre Middle School, the middle schools too in the South County. So, I always forget her husband's name. Honey and
Randy
okay.
Smith.
Yep.
They're the owners of this one here in Navarre, the one over in Fort Walton Beach, and also on Highway 98 in Destin.
Man, they must be rolling in the money in their location at Fort Walton.
And if you've never been here, first I got to ask the question is why not?
Why not?
Everything about Culver's is incredible, but my favorite are the concrete mixers, chocolate with Heath, and my waistline doesn't like it, but I tell my waistline to shut up when it comes to concrete mixers.
Are you back to working full time? Back to working out?
Pretty much.
You had an injury?
Yes, I did.
You had a bicep injury.
Strained right bicep tendon.
And then you had a back.
Then I had a hip flexor. Getting older, Bob. But I keep plugging away though, and with the weather cooperating now, as I walk down to Gulf Point Latin School for our training in the morning, then I walk back home, so I get 4 miles of walking in 3 days a week.
What happens if it rains?
And then I drive.
What if it rains?
Because Irish Bill will melt.
That's true.
But anyways, let's talk about our former Navarre Raiders and where they are now.
Well, let's talk about the former Navarre Raiders.
The starting running back for Arizona Cardinals is now Michael Carter.
He sure is.
He had 9 carries for 34 yards, 2 receptions for 30 yards, and a 31-27 loss to Indy last week. Well, that was a very entertaining game because I watched every bit of that one. This week they're at home against Green Bay. So Michael's going up against Green Bay. So you're going to be rooting for Green Bay, or are you going to be rooting for Michael? Or both?
Both.
Okay. On the season, 28 carries, 86 yards, a touchdown, 7 receptions for 52 yards. Jordan Jefferson, not on San Francisco anymore.
Not anymore.
He was waived. I think he was waived or traded.
Mm-hmm. He was waived.
He was waived, and the Cincinnati Bengals picked him up. He was inactive last week.
The next day.
the next
the very
day.
next day, yeah.
Yeah, he did not play in the Green Bay game. Green Bay kind of put a hurting on Cincinnati. Without Joe
Turned
Burrow.
out to be
they
a
got
7.
They go against Father Time over on the other side
yeah.
playing now. His second time that he's played Green Bay in like 3 weeks. Because he played
That's
with
right.
Cleveland.
Very
and then he
good.
turned around and he played against
Very good.
for Cincinnati.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
The Icy Hot Bowl.
And then they're playing Thursday night against Pittsburgh at home. Michigan State's defensive lineman Grady Kelly, they're 3-3 on the season. He's 0-3 in Big Ten action. 4 assisted tackles on a 38-13 loss to UCLA last week. And just for losing to UCLA, they now get to go to Indiana on Saturday.
Indiana wants me. Lord,
On the season for Grady, 11 tackles, 4 solos, 7 assists, and a half tackle for loss and a fumble recovery. University of Florida, West Florida linebacker Devin Wright, Tyrell Marshall, and West Florida linebacker Vinny Villanova. Their team was a 40-10 win over Chowan last week. They're 6-0 for the first time in school history, and having a great year. And this week they will, like I said, I believe that is a Saturday game. 6 o'clock kickoff over in Livingston, Alabama. He said, how do you get there from here? Well, it's not easy, folks. It's 215 miles of back roads. And it is a long trip. I made that trip a couple of times to watch Brady play over there in Livingston. Great football stadium. I love the football stadium, but it takes a while to get there. But that's a big matchup this coming Saturday. It should pretty much decide who's going to win the Gulf South Conference. University of Memphis offensive lineman Ethan Newman. He did a right move. Transferred from Kennesaw State. Well, Kennesaw State's having a decent season. They're 4-2.
Yep.
But Ethan and Memphis are 6-0. And they're off this week, and then they'll be going to UAB. They were open last week. They're going to UAB this week.
Okay. So,
University of Western Michigan wide receiver Terrence Marshall. He's a redshirt freshman there. They're 4-3 and 2-0 in the MAC. He had no stats in a 42-0 win over Ball State. Their next game they got this weekend off. They go to Miami of Ohio on the 25th of October. On the season, Terrence with 3 receptions for 17 yards. His first 3 college catches. His brother Tyrell has been starting at defensive back corner for West Florida all year long. And it looks like more than likely that Vinny will be redshirted this year, more than likely. Because they don't want him to waste time because they want him to play 4 years of linebacker, and I don't blame him because that young man's got a lot of talent and a bright future. University of South Alabama running back Andre Spence hasn't played yet this year. They're 1-5. They're playing tonight. They're 0-2 in conference, I believe it's Conference USA.
Yep.
He did not play in a 31-24 loss to Troy last weekend. Next game, they're actually playing right now against Arkansas State. Ripon College wide receiver Nate Hansen actually got hurt prior to the season starting, so he will be redshirted this year. They're 3-2, 3-1 on the season. They beat Cornell College this past weekend 22-14. Their next game will be at the University of Chicago, noon kickoff on Saturday. It's been a long year for Community Christian College and defensive lineman Jakari Thomas. He's a freshman there. They're 0-7 on the season. This game was a little bit closer than last week's game. They lost to Hocking College 44-22. This week they're going to be at CCC, Florida. I don't know what CCC Florida is.
Tallahassee.
Must be a
community college?
Community college or Community College of Florida. But if they are, they're traveling down to Florida.
TCC is in Tallahassee. Tallahassee. I didn't know they had a football team.
CCC.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
Interesting. Capital University offensive lineman Ezekiel Gasca, easy as known to us. They're 2-3 on the year, 0-3 in conference play. He started at center in a 52-27 win over Manchester College, Indiana. That's up in my neck of the woods, Manchester. Next game they'll be this Saturday at Ohio Northern, a 1:30 kickoff. And there's our former Raiders and where they are now. Zay, you want to talk about Gulf South Conference?
Yeah.
Well, there was only 2 games this past week. West Florida beat Chowan 40-10, and Valdosta State played the Citadel, so they stepped up and played. They got beat 38-14. Valdosta State 2-4 on the year. That is very un-Valdosta State-like.
That's true. West Florida won on homecoming?
They won. They're 6-0. West Alabama 5-0. Delta State 5-1. Conference play. First will start this weekend. This will be their first games because they only have 3 games now that there's only 4 teams in the conference.
And they got
so this week's schedule: Ferrum at Delta State, West Florida at West Alabama, and over in the SIAC conference, you got. Last week's results: Morehouse 31, Central State 26, Albany State 32, Clark Atlanta 7, Benedict 14, Fort Valley State 7, Kentucky State all over Edward Waters 42-14. Miles College gets off to Schneid as they beat Lane College in the battle of winless teams 23-13.
Is that a theme?
It is, because that's the third game, it will be the third game in about a 2-week period where winless teams play each other. You got Navarre, Gulf Breeze, Vernon Central, and last week you had Miles College and Lane College. Savannah State beat Allen 23-20. This week's schedule: Franklin Pierce at Kentucky State, Tuskegee at Albany State, Lane College at Morehouse, Kentucky Christian at Central State, Clark Atlanta at Miles College. That was the game, one of the longest games. I've told this story before. When Brady was playing at Miles College, it was homecoming at Miles College. 2 o'clock kickoff. 3 weather delays later, the game ended at 2:30 in the morning.
You were at the stadium 12 hours.
We were at the stadium for 12 hours. There was 14,000 people at the game when the game started, and when the game finished, there was 10 of us still sitting in the stands.
I hope they kept the
They did not. They kept the bathrooms open, but they did not keep the concession stands open.
Yeah.
So it was a long night, 2:30. They walk off the field. They came back after they being down and sit in the locker room for a couple hours. It was not rain. It was lightning storms. And so 3 rain delays later, the game finishes at 2:30 in the morning. We get back to Brady's apartment at 3 a.m. It was a short night, rest, and then off back down here to Navarre. So that was what the Clark Atlanta Miles College experience for the wife and I. A day that would not end. But and then Savannah State at Fort Valley State, Benedict at Edward Waters. There are our Gulf Coast and our SIAC conference updates. And
Debbie asked us if we saw the knockout, I assume, on the Alabama player. Not live. I saw replays. Boy, I know my back's hurting too on these benches. It's a beautiful night out here.
It is a beautiful night, but the next time if we do this, we're going to have to bring some pads to put down, and some cushions. Cushions is probably a better word than pads, right?
Pads for my feet. That wide receiver is lucky that he's down in ICU somewhere.
Was it an Alabama player that got hurt?
Mm-hmm. Got hit targeting.
Ouch.
Yeah. I mean, it was right on the chin.
I'm going to have to talk to Randy and Honey about getting some comfortable benches out here.
Oh, wham. Do you remember the time we had a clear view of the window and the horses came by?
Yeah, I do.
Isn't that crazy? Crazy. It's been a good night.
It has been a great night, and the weather cooperated. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I always wanted to get outside and do our podcast here from
We may do
Culver.
it next week. Who knows?
Depending on the weather. Well, actually, let me look at the weather forecast, but
we don't need to worry about the weather forecast. We need to worry about the chair forecast.
The chair forecast. Well, next Tuesday night, wow. It's going to be even nicer next week. The high of 78, low of 59 next Tuesday night. So we will probably be back out here, probably wearing long sleeves. And
we got Irish Bill sweatshirts.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So, well, how'd you enjoy the show tonight?
I loved it, man. What can we get a little sneak peek?
Well, you want to talk a little bit about the Gulf Breeze Navarre game coming up?
We can.
So,
since that's our next game. Well, it's a rivalry. You throw records out the window.
You want to say what the records are, Bob? You think I got that?
I really don't want.
No, I mean over the years.
Oh yeah, sure.
Over the years,
yeah, absolutely.
They have played 26 games overall.
Mm-hmm.
Navarre leads the series 17-9.
Mm-hmm.
It dates back to 1999, which was the first full varsity year for Navarre. Gulf Breeze won 52-21. The head coaches then were Don Cobb for Gulf Breeze and Kenny Williams.
Yeah, Don Cobb, legend.
In 2000, Gulf Breeze 31, Navarre 10. Same coaches. 2001, Gulf Breeze 35, Navarre 12. That would be the last year for Kenny Williams. 3 years at the helm there. Don Cobb was still the coach. Navarre would get their first win in the series in 2002. Coach Larry Olson in his first year.
Was it Kenny Williams or Kenny Hughes?
Kenny.
I forget.
No, it was.
Kenny Hughes?
Let me look back to my sheet. It was Kenny Hughes. Danny Williams.
Danny Williams.
I'm sorry. Mixed matching names.
Tomato.
That was Danny Williams.
Tomato.
I'll have to correct that. Don Cobb and Larry Olson were the coaches in that 2002 game, as well as in 2003 when Gulf Breeze shut out Navarre 21-0. That would be Don Cobb's last year at Gulf Breeze. Chris Nemeth would come in. You remember Coach Nemeth, great guy.
Yep.
They beat Navarre that year in 2004, 14-0. Gulf Breeze 25-3 in 2005. Gulf Breeze 24-22 in 2006. Navarre, that was the first year that they made the playoffs under Coach Larry Olson.
Playoffs.
In 2007, the Raiders would get their second win, and now would start a run of 8 straight wins over the Gulf Breeze with Coach Chad Lashley's first year. Navarre wins in 2008, 18-9. Jeff Van Camp was the starting quarterback for Navarre back there in 2008. He went on to play at Florida Atlantic.
Yep.
Navarre 42, Gulf Breeze 12 in 2009. 2010, the special year for Navarre. The first trip to the regional finals. They beat Gulf Breeze that year 34-24. In 2011, Gulf Breeze would get shut out for the first time in the series, 32-0, behind running back Dwayne Carter. That would be, he graduated in 12. That would be Coach Lashley's last year there at Navarre. And Jay Walls would come in 2012. Gulf Breeze was the only team to beat Navarre twice in Jay Walls' era. Milton beat him once, Gulf Breeze twice, and Pace never beat Coach Walls. 2013, Navarre 34, Gulf Breeze 24, 35-0. 2014, my son Brady Hamill's senior year, 47-7. My father was able to come down and watch him play for the first time.
That's cool.
In 2016, would have thought that this Navarre team with Michael Carter would have beat them, but Gulf Breeze limited Michael to 85 yards rushing in that game. Bobby Clayton, the new head coach there at Gulf Breeze in 2016. 2017, there was Navarre 29, Gulf Breeze 23. In 2018, Navarre 40, Gulf Breeze 12. 2019, Navarre 28, Gulf Breeze 21. 2020, the COVID year, 35-21, as that game was played in the first game of the season. And in 2021, Gulf Breeze would win 38-26 as the Gulf Breeze would return 3 fumbles for touchdowns in that game.
Oh, my.
That was odd. In 2022, Navarre 28, Gulf Breeze 24. Bobby Clayton's last year before he went to Fort Walton Beach, now at Catholic.
Yes.
23, an overtime game, 49-48. What a game that was. Jeff Gerke was the head coach for 1 year there. That was Jay Wall's last game at Navarre, his last game against Gulf Breeze. In 24, Navarre 48, Gulf Breeze 20. Jim Stomps came in for 1 year. Garrett Bagley's first year at the helm, and this year will be Eric Harris in his first year, taking on Coach Bagley in his second year in the series. Navarre averaging 27 points a game in the series, 21.6 for Navarre. The Navarre leads the Beach Bowl Cup 15-2. The first Publix Beach Bowl Cup was in 2008. Little trip down memory lane there, Bob.
Yeah, buddy. 3 fumbles. Crazy.
3 fumbles for touchdowns, nonetheless. But, well, we hope that you enjoyed the show here, our first outdoor show, Irish Bill's Twist on Sports. We'll be back tomorrow night over at Buffalo Wild Wings. Still waiting to hear from Coach Bagley. I know he's got a lot on his plate right now. So we may just do a regular show tomorrow night. We'll see. If not, I'll let you know out on social media.
We will have a special guest,
allegedly. Who would that be?
Paul Villanova.
Oh, that's right. Gosh. Paul's finally going to join us on a Wednesday night.
When he's not the caboose.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to get off the caboose. But, well, we're glad you guys enjoyed the show tonight.
Yep.
For Seminole Bob, this has been Irish Bill. Welcome back to the show, Bob.
It's good to be here.
I see you found your way. Did you take GPS to get back here?
I'm back in the saddle again.
Well, have a great night, folks, and we'll see you tomorrow night at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Good
Seminole
night,
Bob, Irish Bill. Have a good night, folks.